Hi everybody, welcome to Sophquest Energy. My name is Spence. Welcome back if you are subscribers. Welcome in if you are new. So this is going to be your Tree of Life weekly collective reading for the week of April 26th through May 2nd. So we're ending the month and we're starting the week, and I talked about it last week to prepare you guys because I knew you'd be feeling it. It's a full moon in Scorpio. It's a big full moon. And, you know, there's a square with Saturn. That's some difficult energy. This is a full moon in Scorpio, right? This is 8th house, subconscious stuff that comes up and bubbles up from the surface. It can be very emotional. I talked about it last week. So that begins the week, and you're going to feel it for a few days. And, you know, a lot of the outer planetary influences right now are super strong, right? We know Uranus is in Taurus, changing everything in the earth, right? Old versus the new, the establishment versus what is being, you know, invented. And these are big times and big changes. 2021 is a big year. 2020 was the year of the standstill, the preparation, and time for us to all really figure out what we care about. This year is about the changes we want to make because we learned a lot. Aries was, to me, the beginning of this year, 2021. Aries season is the beginning of the zodiac. I've said that many times. And so Aries season is that first fire. It's the initiative. It's the drive to make changes. And because Chiron was really helping us to heal the wounds in self, we were going through... For some, may have felt like an identity crisis. For others, just asking yourself some deep questions about what it is that you're really wanting to change and move forward. Well, that's happening now in Taurus season. Taurus season began the 21st of the month, and Taurus is fixed earth, so can be very grounded, very sensual. The five senses are very much highlighted. It's when we do go into self-soothing and comforting to the best of itself. And to the worst of itself, it can be really stubborn and immovable. And that's really not what you want to do right now. You really want to be able to move yourself forward. So this is going to be a big week, and I think that you guys are going to feel that. Okay, there's a lot of other planetary stuff you could look up, and if you look up your chart, you can figure out where it's happening, in what house, you know, in your chart. What's happening where? Mars is still very active, very much so. And this is a time, I'm going to say, that you really could have emotional outbursts, arguments, stuff like that. That's what we want to avoid, right? So let's sit together. Let's take a drink of water or tea, whatever you might have. And take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards for you using the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Brennan Reed. And then I'm going to pull your Tree of Life spread with the Cosmic Tarot by Norbert Loesch. All right. Also, I wanted to say Pluto, right, the 26th or 27th, Pluto is going stationary retrograde, which means it's going to feel like a standstill. And because Taurus can be a very fixed time of the year, Taurus season, you might feel that stillness. You may feel that tension, emotional triggers. You may feel a sense of feeling a little push to move and not wanting to do so. You might want to dig in your heels. You might feel argumentative because you're very much inwardly considering what it is that you're trying to change within you, your personal habits. And when we go through the full moon in Scorpio, we are dealing with the habits we really want to change. Life, death, and rebirth process, right? The stuff that you want to finally let go of with the full moon, which, by the way, is a super moon, closest to the earth. Okay, 2 cards are out. 1 more. And so it is a time where, you know, you could really end up being a little more honest than you want to be. But I would say when things do come up, remember to have compassion for the other people and for yourself. Because you're trying to heal too. We're all trying to learn, we're all trying to grow, and we're all trying to heal. So if you could bring about any kind of sense of humor in it all, then I think that could be really helpful at this time, so it doesn't get too intense and too deep, and with Pluto, too controlling, right? We don't want that to happen. Yeah, okay. Wow, okay, we have higher power. You feel it. You're going to feel it all week. You're going to feel that standstill, like space and time itself, which is the fourth dimension, right? Space-time, which is one thing. Space-time. You're going to feel a standstill, that pregnant pause, right? It's going to feel that way. But there's a change in the wind, and it's coming. But imagine. This is asking you to really open your mind, your heart, and your spirit to hearing from the divine love, goodness, God, consciousness, right? And to exhibit that type of humanity walking in spirit, right? So, higher power, a change in the wind. Imagine. Imagine what your life could be. Imagine what changes you can make. And imagine that you are enough. You have enough skill, talent, ability. All right? It's a really important time for us to remember to give ourselves the credit for everything that we've been through and to really move it forward now. This is the time where we're tilling the soil, preparing the garden for planting, preparing to sow the seeds. And if you could just think with as much hope as you possibly can muster to sow the seeds of hope and faith and trust in yourself, and then believe that when reaping time comes, you will have successfully grown your harvest. Okay, this is, yes, conceptual, but this is a time where we are conceptualizing and manifesting a new way of living, a new way of working, some of us working from home, a new way of schooling, a new way of communicating with others, getting a little more technological, a new way of seeing humanity as one. Big time in our history. Huge. And by the way, did you hear the news about Mars? Making oxygen on Mars. What? So cool. Guys, look that up. That's so exciting. All right, let's do the tree. First out, we have the Chariot. The Three of Pentacles. All right. It's a good time for that, yes. Moving forward, this is good. And then Strength. I love that. Okay, Chariot, Three of Pentacles, and Strength so far. All right, let's look at, that's the top of the tree. Let's look down at the branches here. We have Seven of Swords. Strange, the position it's in. We'll go through it. All right, then we have the Sun. Ah, okay. This looks good, guys. We have the Five of Cups. There we go. I understand. Okay. I'll go through this one by one for you. This is for the collective. It's for all of us. I consider these weekly collective readings, talking about the planets, talking about all of us as one humanity, as my love letters to the world. I really do. It's what I meant to do when I even started this channel with my sister years ago. And yeah, there were some false starts, a lot of moves and relocations and difficulties along the way, and I've learned a lot. But guys, it's just a part of how we evolve, right? Okay, and then at the bottom of the tree, okay, Ten of Swords, we're letting go. Full moon. It's time. So the stuff that plagues us, right? And the Nine of Cups, that's great. That's really, really good. It's important to keep hopeful right now. Okay? And then with the trunk here of the tree, we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah. I'm going to watch out for that. Temperance. That exactly. Temperance. These cards are cool. This is my least favorite Ten of Swords, but I think it's probably apropos for right now. I don't know why I chose this deck. I kind of look at my decks and I just ask for a blessing, love and light for the greatest good of all, and I'm led to whatever artwork I'm supposed to be using for you. This is a type of art philosophy in my book. It really is. And the archetypal system of the tarot helps me to put the puzzle pieces together in a way that's cohesive for you guys. Because, you know, I go without a script here. All of us readers, that's how we do. Okay? And then finally underneath it all, the Emperor. Okay, your Aries self. Okay. Well, the Chariot, the top of the tree. This is what we're talking about this week. How to move forward. Remember that in the Chariot card, the two horses are battling and going in different directions. And sometimes that's how life feels. But no matter what, we have to get in the driver's seat. We have to move it forward. We don't have a choice, right? The lesson of the Chariot card really, I think for this week, is very much like that old Native American story about what wolf do you feed? The positive one or the negative one? That's the one that grows. Same thing with this Chariot card. You're going to drive in the direction that you're focused on. I think this week is about focusing on something bigger than you. Something that's meant for you with the Imagine card. Something that might take a little faith for you to believe in during this time of change. You know, I think Colette Baron-Reed and the artist that did this deck chose wisely to choose the zebra here, because sometimes we feel that way. We feel like we are in two minds, or that our heart is conflicted about whether we're doing the right thing. We question ourselves. We doubt ourselves. But with the Chariot, day after day, you got to get up, you got to brush your teeth, you got to go to work, you got to feed your kids, you got to put food on the table, whatever it is in your life. Whatever's going on in your life, you're running through your life. But the Chariot is that you're going to get to your destination. So which way are you going to go? How are you going to drive? Are you going to drive like, with road rage? Right? Road rage. Okay, that might be the title. No road rage, guys, this week. If you come to those moments and you feel really triggered, it's usually because somebody made you feel like you weren't enough, that you weren't doing enough, that you weren't capable enough, that you aren't wanted enough, appreciated enough, right? Marissa Peer, who I think is a brilliant psychologist, really talks about this. So maybe look up on YouTube Marissa Peer. She's wonderful, and she very much teaches that way, that if you can just do that for yourself and say to yourself, I'm enough. I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to explain anything. I'm living my life through my consciousness, through my feelings, through my actions. I have my cards to play and nobody else is holding my hand. So nobody else has the right to tell me how to play my cards. They have different cards, I have my cards, I have to play them my way. But when we feel triggered about something, when we feel pushed forward when maybe we're not sure where we're going, it makes us doubt that we're going to get there, that we're going to get somewhere where we want to be, that we're going to land, where we imagine is a better place for us. And this can be internally or externally, and this week it's going to be both. Taurus, you're making things happen. You're preparing the soil to plant your seeds to move it forward. But Taurus is slow energy. It's sensual energy. It's, okay, first choose what you're going to plant. Then till the soil. Prepare the earth. Right? But then it rains. So you go inside, you have a cup of tea. You snuggle up under a blanket. You read a good book. You listen to some music. That's Taurus. Taurus is, yes, about hard work, but it's also very much about taking time to rest. Enjoy your home. Enjoy your family. Enjoy good food. And when you feel triggered, remember that that is your I am not enough doubt plaguing you. In those moments, realize the only thing you need to do is not have road rage. You are moving forward. Feed the right wolf. You'll get where you're going without road rage. This is going to be big. I know you're going to feel it, and I am trying to be lighthearted about it, but I'm going to be going through it too. I usually feel it a few days in advance, which is why I started talking about it last week. And I think because Pluto is so much a part of the underlying transition in this transitional time, it's kind of like a slow motion earthquake. It's like a shift in the tectonic plates, and then stillness. And then a shift in tectonic plates and stillness, right? Okay, so the issues that are going to come up, the Three of Pentacles. Can you get along with others? Can you make yourself work in tandem with others in disagreement? Or when you're in doubt? Or when you feel competition? Or like you have to prove something to people? Or even to yourself? Whatever it is that you're needing to feel like makes you worthy. The Three of Pentacles has two main messages. And this is a good depiction of the collaboration, the cooperation, building something together. You know, usually it's the building of a church or a building of a structure that is a sanctuary for those building it. Something that lasts, something that gives them a sense of security, and something that makes each one of the people involved feel useful, feel seen and heard, feel appreciated. So that's the second aspect of the card, not just cooperation and collaboration, but the validation that you are doing well. Threes in numerology are really very much about creation. So whatever you're creating, it's going to take all of you. It's going to take your strength. It's going to take your gentility. There are going to be moments where you may feel like you want to roar, and there may be other moments where you feel like you need to lay back. And instead of being the lion, be the lamb. So this is self-mastery. And this is working on it. Working on your self-mastery and working together with others in support of each other. So think of it like a highway. You're driving to your destination. It's going slowly, Taurus season. There are a lot of stoplights. And then Pluto goes into retrograde, right, during this super moon, right? It's a super full moon, a time of letting go. What are we letting go of? Well, that's personal for you. It's 8th house. It can be deep wounds. It can be subconscious. You may not even realize. It could be a road sign that you see in your peripheral vision. It could be a song on the radio. It could be something that your mom says, or that your best friend does, or that your partner doesn't do or say, or whatever it might be for you, it might make you question yourself. It might make you doubt yourself. It might make you ask yourself, what did I learn in Aries season about the way that I'm healing myself and pulling myself up from the bootstrap, from being challenged in all of 2020, from being challenged, right? Because Aries, we really stop, we think about the whole year prior, the zodiac wheel, and we say to ourselves, what did I learn about me? And with Chiron and Aries, what do I have to change, heal inside of myself, finally let go of? This is self-mastery, guys, isn't it? What's helping us this week? Strangely enough, the Seven of Swords, which for me means it's in reverse, which means that you're not going to lie to yourself anymore. You know that if you cannot be who you are, your true, authentic self with those that are in your life, if you're holding yourself back or wearing your strength like a badge, a cloth, a garment, instead of having the inner strength, then eventually something comes up and we're like driving with this chariot, taking the reins going, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. The challenge is, do you truly believe in yourself? This is really solar plexus work. This is self-identity stuff. And in Taurus, you're moving your life forward based on what you know you need to change. For you. Getting rid of a bad habit. Seeing it, finally. Seeing it. Underlying everything, I'm going to go right here. What's underlying everything? I usually wait till last, but I'm going to do it now because it's the Emperor card. This is Aries. This is the Aries card, and it harkens back to Aries season. And it says, me, myself, and I, whatever sun sign you are, you're learning self-mastery by being challenged to move forward, working with others. No road rage. Pullman and Scorpio dudes, okay? And honestly, I think Uranus is at play. There are going to be serious things that change. There are going to be interruptions, changes, surprises. And you're just going to have to believe that it's all for the good. That whatever's happening happens to move us forward as one whole humanity, evolving us. This is a continual message. It's what I think about. It's what I do, and it's the messages that I hear. I think I'm here on YouTube in order to encourage you, to inspire yourself, to allow yourself to grow, and thereby change. And maybe sometimes others will say, what are you doing? Are you crazy? But no, you've really learned a lot about yourself. And you're taking the reins. With the Chariot above the Emperor here, you are taking the reins of your own life. You are driving yourself forward. And I think this week, the Chariot is usually a fast card, but with the change in the wind above it, there will be roadblocks, there will be detours, there will be traffic. That's how I'm hearing it, traffic. What is it with the cars and the traffic and the road rage? Oh my gosh. I never know what's going to come in. But the Seven of Swords is helping you. The full moon's right there. This card can very much be about when we feel that we are in the midst of something that just doesn't sit well with us. It feels untrue. It feels dishonest. It feels like we're being taken advantage of. And we have to redirect our strategy. We have to strategize. It can be a card about being political, in our lives, in our personal lives. How do I move my chess pieces on the board in order to win the game, in order to get where I'm going, right? This is helping you. So having re-strategizing, taking the detour when necessary, and absolutely not denying that this is a part of life. So instead of being shocked and affronted and upset when something happens, instead just say, okay, detour, adventure time, new strategy. You are leaving the sense of self-sabotage behind as well. I'm seeing that you have understood where you might have had some self-sabotaging thoughts, doubts that have plagued you in the past. That's what you've been learning. And I think that that's what you are coming to the awareness of in Aries with Chiron there, and so much Plutonic energy to change things on the planet. And of course, not just you personally, Aries, but across the world with Pluto. The outer planets making change for all of us. So the challenge is to really be hopeful, to try to be happy, even when change is frightening, scary, difficult, challenging. Now I'm seeing sports in my head. I'm seeing, like football. In order to win the game, if you're the offensive lineman, you're going to get hit. But you got to protect the quarterback so that he can throw the ball to get the touchdown, right? So working together with others to help you win whatever it is that you're trying to win, which is change in your life. You're trying to win at life by being your most authentic self and believing in yourself and not denying where you weren't believing in yourself. Allowing others to help you. Okay, so we're getting to this card. I have been avoiding it because I don't like this picture. And it was strange because when I was led to this deck today, I thought to myself, I really hope I don't pull the Ten of Swords, because I pulled it last week, right? This is when we're changing our mindset. It's when we've learned, we've gone through that process from the 1 to the 10, the Ace of Swords, all the way through the Suit of Swords, our process of thinking. And we've come to the 10. We've come to a decision. We've come to an understanding. Hell no. Something's got to change. I'm preparing you for the image, okay? Try not to get triggered by the image. But in this deck, the 10 of Swords, road rage. That's what I'm hearing. It's not a pleasant depiction, but it's when you understand, I'm not taking it anymore. This is not the way I'm going to do this. This has got to change. This has got to change. And seeing it in the full light of day, the sun, the challenge card, seeing the truth, knowing what's been holding you back, how you might have been avoiding some things or denying some things. But this is what you're coming into. True self-empowerment. This whole reading is about self-empowerment and driving it forward to get you where you want to go. So which way are you going to focus your thoughts? On the light, good thoughts, or the dark thoughts? You going to have road rage, or are you going to turn on the radio and sing some good music? Have a little concert in your car? I don't know why I'm on this whole storyline of driving in traffic, but this is what it feels like. lot of traffic, stoplights, and we are all interwoven, right, on the highway. We have to drive in between each other, changing lanes, taking off ramps, merging onto the highway. So that is this. All of us working together, the issue of the week. Doing it together. With self-mastery, with strength and gentility, patience when we really don't have it. Transmuting that and saying, I'm just going to be okay with this. I'm just going to be positive. I'm going to be faithful. I'm going to make sure that I know deep down inside that the universe has my back. If I have to take a divine detour, that's okay. Because the last thing I want to feel is this way. And the last thing I need to do is avoid, deny, run away. I'm hearing run away. No. Nope. You're really mastering here. You're self-mastering. Okay. Let's get through the rest of the tree. So, this might be how you feel this week. I'm sorry. This is where it came out in the tree. This is how you may feel. Hell no. Road rage. Instead, your challenge, okay? Because what's helping you is not to avoid the problems, the detours. Take the detour. How are you thinking about this now? Well, you really would like to have it easy. You'd like to take a breather. You'd like to be on the highest octave of Taurus. Take the time to enjoy your five senses. Have a good meal. Listen to good music. Like I said, in the car, turn on the radio. Sing to your heart's content. No matter how long you're stuck in traffic. That's definitely something that I have always done. I have never been one to get angry really in traffic. Maybe a few times, but not normally. I'm just listening to the radio and singing. Because I don't like to feel the impatience that you feel, when you're trying to get somewhere. I immediately accept that I'm going to be late. And then I make a phone call to whom or ever and say, here's the reality. I'm going to be late. Because then I don't stress for the next 10, 15, 20, however long you're stuck in traffic. So if your life this week feels like you are stuck in traffic, take yourself out of the awareness of that. Don't focus on the traffic. Focus on something that you want to. Daydream. Sing. Be safe, please. Okay, please be safe, but So in your thinking, the Nine of Cups. This is the daydream. This is the wish. This is the hope. This is feeling just really pleased with yourself. So if you can think this way this week, what I want, what I can do, what I can make of myself, my life, of this situation, how do I turn it around so that I feel good about things? If you can focus on this, and I think many of you really will, that's beautiful. And the Nine of Cups, it's usually very solid. Nines are singular, right? But in this depiction, it's with someone else. So this is feeling really good about yourself. And maybe this and this together is saying, spend time with someone that you really care about. If you're super sensitive and a little triggery, just be with somebody who's truly kind to you and loving and totally accepting of you. And you might have something this week that feels just really wonderful. Focus on that. Focus on your wish, on what it is that you want to feel. If you want to feel this way, then focus on it. Okay? Focus on what's good. All right. So, best advice, 5 of Cups. It's time to stop looking at what it is that has gotten in your way. The disappointments, the things that have wow, in this depiction, all the 5 cups are spilled. Normally, there's 2 cups behind her that she can't even see. But in this, she's just, whoa. It's like there's just nothing left. This is despair. So this, as advice, is saying, don't despair. Advice means don't despair any longer. Don't despair. It's not that bad. It might feel that way just because you're triggered by things that are deep wounds that you're not even necessarily consciously aware of, right? Okay, so what you know about yourself consciously is the 7 of Wands. Yes, you're going to stand up and fight. If something happens, road rage, you'd be like honking the horn, flipping the bird. So what you know about yourself is you may have these moments. Or just feeling really defensive about where you're going with this Chariot. This is the way I want to go. This is the way I want to go. So you know this about yourself, that you want what you want. This is what you're thinking about, what you want, what you're wishing for. And underlying it is, being in the I am presence, being strongly, feeling your Aries, and now in Taurus season, stubbornly wanting to stand up for it. But really, the reason that we get like this, road raging, is because of this. Because underlying it, there's something, now something's not good enough. Something doesn't feel enough. So I think that doing this, flipping that upside down, challenging yourself to think more positively with incredible gratitude. Because when the sun, the sun card represents seeing with great vision. When the sun is out, you can see everything. So seeing the big picture, and it's under the Strength card, so it's saying this week you can do this. You can take this negativity and turn it around, transmute it into this. You can do that. And honestly, when we do that in life, we feel like champs, right? And this is a championing kind of card. The Chariot gets there. It is a card of success. So now I do want to say that because I am having all of this road rage kind of, metaphoring going on, if you are traveling, a detour is a good idea if you need to take it. If you are in that full moon emotional energy, and say you're driving and you're hurting, you're crying, or you're upset, please pull off the road. That's a message for people. Also, please do not road rage, like literally. Instead, okay? Because you know that you're feeling a little fiery still, and from taking fire and putting it into earth, use it into physical form, we can get physical. Let's not do that, right? Let's not do that, because what you need to know from your subconscious is you are healing. Okay, you are trying to find your balance. You are trying to blend your energy with other energy, and energy is synergy. That's why the channel is Soph, Wisdom, Quest, Synergy. We're questing here. We're wisdom questing for how to have synergy with each other, the human race. It's time for the polarity and this hyper, division, right? Polarity. To remember that in the center of this, of the scales, is the strength, is the real temperance, is where we find that medium, that happy medium. This is getting into a happy medium. And it's really saying, please, find your peace, find your balance. Because if not, you know, this can be a week, guys. This could be a heck of a week. So, you know, the last couple weeks, it's just, this is the time. It's the sign of the times. And I know I can't sugarcoat a reading like this, especially not when you're looking at a card with that picture. I didn't choose the deck for any other reason than I was led to it. And with higher power, a change in the wind, and imagine, it is saying that if you truly do choose the kind wolf, the good wolf, feed that. Feed it. Feed your whole sun self. Empower yourself to bring kindness, reverence, and gratitude to everyone this week so that you can work together. We are all building our future together. This is the challenge. If you can remember that this week, the rest of these cards, they're just going to be blips. They're just going to be highways, that, you know, traffic that you just drive right by. So, empower yourself, because whatever this is about for you, you will feel it. It will be challenging, and it's up to you to empower yourself. You're the one driving. So don't drive yourself crazy, right? Drive yourself into wellness, into balance, into healing, and into kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you so much. I really hope and pray that you have a great week. And I really look forward to bringing you your sign by sign reading, which will be up then tomorrow. So after you see this video. Thank you guys. I wish you the best. Thanks so much. Peace. Peace. Okay? Thanks, guys. See you later.